All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Listening Party 2.0. This episode, we are checking out the Voyage EP from Oh My Girl's YooA. YooA making her first solo endeavor with Voyage. The title track was great, but it wasn't exactly the direction that I was expecting her to go in. Now, to preface, I have listened to Abracadabra at the behest of one of our Patreon viewers' suggestions. I actually did not have an intention to do a listening party for this album. After listening to Voyage, I just thought, this is great, but I don't think this is really my sound. I didn't really have an urgency to check out the album until one of our patrons suggested that I check out the Abracadabra performance video, which I did, and that was phenomenal. Abracadabra, I think personally, should have been the title track or at least a song similar to Abracadabra. I think that song is amazing. I'm still going to be listening to it because I do have some thoughts and comments on it, but if you actually do want to check out my initial first reaction to both that song and that video, that is going to be on our Patreon. If you want to support us, visit us at our Patreon. If you go to our Patreon, you get early access to our listening parties for only $2 a month and some dance practice videos, but for a little bit more you also get live stage variety show. Those type of extra fun videos are on our Patreon, but all of that is completely optional. Let's check out the Voyage EP. So we have 4 tracks to get through. We have Far, Diver, Abracadabra, and End of Story. So we're going to be starting with Far.
Get in the car. 도시의 빛을 뒤로 해 그런 미만 안녕히. Get in the car. 내 맘은 이미 캘리포니아 빨간 차에.
Okay, so sound-wise, it's already very similar to Bon Voyage. It's a little bit more mainstream pop EDM track compared to Bon Voyage. They still both contain very otherworldly elements, but we're getting some trap drums here, very plastic drums. Okay. It still has that very jungle-esque inspiration, especially these little synths right here. Yeah, but the very plastic-sounding pads actually give it a very different aesthetic to Bon Voyage, whereas Bon Voyage felt very global, very ethereal. Far feels a little bit more like a pop track. Feels definitely more like a summer song. You know, the type of feelings that I feel like Bon Voyage and Far give me is that they're both very refreshing summer songs that I feel like even Oh My Girl could do, but just a slightly bit more mature. Is that a bass? What is that? There's like a large droning sound. I really like it. Very good. All right, next up, we are going to be listening to Diver. Oh. This is not what I was expecting. This is interesting. Wow, this song is fascinating. I feel like this song right now is challenging YooA's vocals the most. I think what I'm most familiar with YooA's vocals is that she can go very high. She has a very delicate voice, but here it's a lot stronger, a lot more confident, and she sings in a much lower register. And it's a funk song, but it's a funk song with a little bit of an attitude. It's not necessarily your typical celebratory, happy, bright funk song. This is something that's a little bit more... It's got a little bit more attitude. It's a little bit deeper and darker. Yeah, it's a funk song, but it's a little badass. I love this two parts of the chorus. How deep, and then the second part where she's just showing off and stretching those long notes. Wow, that was amazing. That was incredible. Oh, and now we dive right into Abracadabra. This song is phenomenal. I love this song so much.
이상한 일들이 투성인데 아무도 신경을 안 쓰네 또다시 눈 뜨면 여기 오게 Abracadabra, rewind Abracadabra, 잘 봐 Abracadabra, 빌어봐 hocus pocus Abracadabra, rewind Abracadabra, 잘 봐 Abracadabra, 빌어봐 hocus pocus Abracadabra, let me go back then 여기는 너무 무채색 어제 그분과 different day Abracadabra, let me go back then 탁트윈들 밤 위 달리고
Wow.
두성인데 아무도 신경을 안 쓰네 또다시 눈 뜨면 여기 오게 빌어 Abracadabra rewind Abracadabra 잘 봐 Abracadabra 빌어봐 hocus pocus
If you have not seen the performance video for this, it is required. I love what they do in the video. The performance video for this is incredible. See, even like such a bass heavy driven dance song like this, if you listen to like the instrumental backing vocals, it sounds just as ethereal as Bon Voyage. Everything in this album sounds so mature and so ethereal. Very otherworldly. I love this bridge.
Abracadabra, rewind, abracadabra, 잘 봐, abracadabra, 빌어봐, hocus pocus. Abracadabra, rewind, abracadabra, 잘 봐, abracadabra, 빌어봐, hocus pocus. Let me go back then. 여기는 너무 무지해. 어제 그 공간이 불안해. Abracadabra, let me go back then.
That was amazing. That was phenomenal. That was an incredible song. I didn't mean to stop. I want these listening parties to be a seamless kind of listening experience because some of these albums are actually orchestrated that way. I didn't mean to stop, but Abracadabra was so good. I just needed to stop and take a breath. But let's get right back into it. This is End of Story.
멀리서 별 하나가 지는 밤 더 멋진 곳을 찾아 날아가고 있나봐 짙어진 불벌레들 소리 가만히 내게 속삭여 헤어짐이라는 건 슬픈 것만은 아니라고 새하얀 달이 얼굴을 지은 밤 저 액자에다 그리운 것들을 띄워 난 Everything 한때 사랑했던 건 마음에 새겨져 있어 어둠 속에도 쉬기를 찾을 수 있어 언젠가 좋은 날에 꼭 만나기로 해 내 마침 모든 것이 완벽한 날에 It's you 멀리서도 단번에 너를 알아볼게 It's you 내 분주했던 걸음이 멈추는 곳 It's you 달이 익힌 건 It's you 작은 모닥불을 타는 밤 저 불꽃을 난 모닥불을 나염없이 바라봐 바람에 부드러운 손끝이 머리를 쓸어내리면 날 생각하며 쉬 잠이 들 수가 있어 언젠가 좋은 날에 꼭 만나기로 해 내 마침 모든 것이 완벽한 날에 It's you 멀리서도 단번에 너를 알아볼게 It's you 내 분주했던 걸음이 멈춘 자리에 It's you 온 세상을 돌아서 하나도 빠짐없이 얘기해줄게 너의 반짝이는
This whole the keys are incredibly inspired. I love it.
Let me telling you
Wow. Wow. Okay. I really don't know how I feel about End of Story. I definitely don't dislike it, but I don't know quite how to feel because it is something that's a little bit different. I do want to do a thorough, in-depth album review for this. As I've been talking about recently, I want to start separating my reactions and reviews so that I can do these album reviews more justice. But first impressions, YooA has perhaps one of the most artistic soloist albums I have heard this year and to date. It's brimming with confidence and surprisingly her own color. YooA comes from a girl like Oh My Girl, which Oh My Girl is a group that somehow exceeds expectations. And I had a certain kind of thought about Oh My Girl, and it proved to be wrong. And they proved to be different and an outlier. And I think YooA falls in the same vein for a soloist. I kind of understand. I kind of understand making Bon Voyage the initial title track now, but I'm going to dive into this album a little bit more and then do a thorough in-depth album review. But everyone, thank you very much for watching this video with me, for listening along. I hope you had as much of an ethereal, cathartic experience. It's such a very rejuvenating album, is it not? Let me know what you guys thought about the album in the comments down below. Would love to hear your thoughts, and please stay tuned for my review. And if you would like to support us, please visit us at Patreon. We would greatly appreciate your support. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.